Hey guys, it's Pete from Clueless Gamers, back to react really late to the official first trailer of Suicide Squad. If you watched the last video I had with Arrow, I kind of came down with a mild case of the flu this weekend and had work going on and everything. So I've avoided this trailer. I haven't watched anyone's reactions. I don't know anything about this trailer, just I know everyone was raving about it and were excited about it and was really good. Otherwise, I don't know anything. I've barely even seen any thumbnails. I saw one of like the Joker in it, but I don't know where he is or what he's doing. So that'd be cool that he's in this trailer again. So I'm really excited to watch it. I figured, you know, even though it's late, I just want to get my reaction up on the channel so you guys can see it. So without further ado, here we go. Interesting song choice to start. She's reading. Okay, so El Diablo's got maybe a little bit of powers, or he burned himself?
Most dangerous people on the planet. They're bad guys. Worst of the worst.
I like the song, Joy.
Was this cheerleading trials?
Jesus.
Hi, boys.
Oh my god.
Deadshot. Guy shoots people. He's a crocodile and he eats people. Burns people. You're possessed by a witch and she's just crazy.
What was that?
Yes.
I should kill everyone and escape? Sorry. The voices. I'm kidding. That's not what they really said.
This is the deal.
Oh my god.
You're going somewhere very bad.
Whoa.
To do something that'll get you killed.
Yeah, basically.
Let's go save the world.
This is cool.
I can't wait to show you my toys.
Oh my god. He looks fun, Joker. I like that.
Let's do something fun.
Wow. Katana. Oh, that was cool. With Katana's eyes. What was that? Killcroc looks cool. What the hell was that? Oh my god. What the hell are they?
Seriously, what the hell's wrong with you people?
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
It's true. That was cool. What the hell were they fighting though? It was like a big octopus. That was good. I liked it. That was very enjoyable. I like the tone of it. You have, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, I believe that was a Queen song that was playing, but you know, more rap, so, but still, I think that was a Queen song. That was good. I enjoyed it. It didn't blow me away like I wanted it to, where I was, you know, freaking out like, you know, the Batman v Superman, the second trailer. Again, still loved it, even though they showed too much. But it had a nice tone to it. It set this up where we get a little bit more of the story. We have no idea why they're coming together. Obviously, he said, you know, here's the deal. Now, I think it was Joel Kinnaman's character that said that you're doing something really dangerous that could get you killed, and you're going to do, you know, stop something that's really bad. That's basically what we're doing. Because these are bad people. Like, you know, Harley Quinn right there said it, Margot Robbie. We're bad guys. Like, that's what they do. So, this is a tentpole film, I think. For not just for DC, for comic book films in general. We've never done a film where it's villains. It's villains that run the show. There was the whole Sinister Six that was going to be a thing, and then there was talks that Spider-Man's a little bit in that, and then obviously all the Sony leaks and that fell through. That was our first chance that was going to happen. Now we're really getting this in August of this year. It's crazy that it's this year. It's like 7 months away. And it's going to be fun to see, you know, people that are bad. What I don't want them to do, and what many people don't want, you know, WB and DC to do, is I don't want to see it where we try to get, you know, all of them especially. If maybe one, it'll be all right. But you don't want all of them or most of them to have these redemption arcs where they start coming back and it's like, oh, now they're kind of good, they got good in them. No, I want these people to be bad to the core. They do horrible things, and the only reason that they do this is because Amanda Waller forces them, basically because they have bombs in their heads, their necks or something, and that's why they do this stuff. They don't have a choice. So that's what it looked like they were doing there. A lot of people beating the shit out of each other. You know, you see Captain Boomerang in there, Jai Courtney. Looks like he's punching and beating the shit out of a lot of people. Will Smith the same way. You know, obviously Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn looks like she's out of her mind. You know, one scene, she's talking about voices in her head. Oh yeah, that's not what they said, but still acknowledging there's voices in her head. And then she's reading a book and like sipping tea in her jail cell. And then the next she's, you know, putting a bath through a window. That's some Harley Quinn. I'm glad they didn't go with the whole, that Harley Quinn voice accent, because no one does it like Tara Strong. So I'm glad they didn't try to do that. There is something a little bit there. It's not just Margot Robbie's voice, but it's not like so strapped down to this is what we have to do because this is what the voices sounded like in every animated cartoon and movie that we've ever produced. No, we're going to take our own thing on it. You know, I like that. I do wish Tom Hardy stayed in this film. Apparently, he left because he said he had a conflict with another movie, but then there was reports that his character Rick Flag was kind of underutilized. I think that's how Joel Kinnaman came in. But, it's still cool. He's still a good actor, Joel Kinnaman, so that'd be fun to see. It would just been like, it would have been nice to see Tom Hardy in another DC villain role again. But I'm glad to see Will Smith playing a cool character in Floyd Lawton. I think he could do really interesting things with it. I think Floyd Lawton has the possibility, and Will Smith has the star power to star in DC movies outside of Suicide Squad. Everything I liked of the Joker and Jared Leto in that, he looks like he's Joker, but a different Joker. He's laying there with all the knives, and you see that one of the first scenes you would assume he has with Harley Quinn, at least in present time. I don't know about the past, where it's like she's in a pool. It's kind of looks like imagery to me, just of like baptism almost, of like when you put someone's head to accept them into the faith, into the river. Like it looked kind of like that in that muddy water. I did like that we see El Diablo. I don't know a lot about the characters, so we see, okay, he burns stuff, he's fired. Deadshot, he shoots people. Harley Quinn, she's crazy. Croc eats people, which is very staying to that character. You have Captain Boomerang and everyone else. Katana, there was something weird there with her eyes, but that's really cool to see her in there. Obviously, I think one or two of these characters will die in the movie. That's what gives it the stakes. That's what goes, oh shit, this is a Suicide Squad. It's actually what it is. If this movie does well, which I hope it really does, because I really love the Suicide Squad. I loved reading stuff about them. I love the Justice League animated episodes and things that centered around it. What was it? Escape from Arkham, I think, that came out a couple years ago. That was the animated movie, was excellent. So I like that they focus on these villains, and I like this good group, and I like that DC's taking that different direction than Marvel. Marvel will no doubt try to copy them at some point, but I like how they're doing this very villain-centric thing. There's a lot of star power in this movie, and there's also a lot riding on this movie, because Batman v Superman's that is the tentpole film to set up the DC universe. There's so many things now. There's things with maybe Darkseid being teased in it and everything else. But this Suicide Squad movie comes out this year, 4 or 5 months after Batman v Superman, less than 5 months. And this introduces a lot of the rogues gallery for Batman and a lot of these secondary B and C characters in the DC universe that could pop up in other people's movies. So, and this only being the third movie in the DC cinematic universe, this needs to hit. The Joker is the iconic, maybe, villain in comics, not just for Batman or, and it's, or DC, but comics in general, and definitely for DC. He's could be in the Justice League movies, as if they form like an evil society, or anything like the Injustice League. Those are things you need the Joker for. You need him for a Batman solo film or anything else, or at least to be around. So Jared Leto and that character, it has to nail. And Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie's performance, that has to nail. This is our first live screen, live action Harley Quinn. This is a very popular character I love. They need to nail this. So there is a lot riding on this. And I hope that if it does well, and I hope it does, that it fleshes out more of these lesser known villains and maybe even heroes, and we get to start seeing them in the cinematic universe. I think that would be really cool. But overall, that's my thoughts here, guys, on Suicide Squad's official trailer number 1 here. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Did you have any problems with the trailer? I really can't think of anything negative in the trailer. Maybe there wasn't any crazy wow moments is the only thing I would say, but still a very, very solid first official trailer, and definitely, obviously, you could see the movie's done now compared to when they were forced to release the Comic-Con footage. You now kind of see the film coming together in these next few months. I am very, very excited to get 2 more trailers and really lead up to this movie in the summer. I can't wait. But let me know what you think below, what you thought of the trailer, good or bad, and let me know, are you excited for this movie, or are you more excited for Batman v Superman, or is it both? What do you think of the DC Cinematic Universe overall, expanding universe? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel if you would like the video, share with your friends if you'd be so kind, and until next trailer reaction, thanks for watching, guys.